Is it possible to improve our running even when running isn't available to us? Maybe you're currently out injured and worried about losing that fitness. You might simply be a very injury-prone person or traveling a lot, the weather's not great, and so you're looking for things you can do to improve your running. Either way, my goal with this video is to make sure by the time you're back to be running again, you are going to be coming back even stronger than before. My name is Ben Parks at 2:25 Marathon, and I'm currently not running as much as I'd like to be because I'm dealing with a few very small injury issues. It's really hard, especially when you've got a race to train for. I know just how bad that is. If you are injured, of course, please seek some medical advice from a physio or a sports massage therapist so you can work towards your specific issue. But firstly, my big mantra with anything like this, and I got this from the Mario Fraioli podcast from the man himself, is to simply focus on what you can do and not on what you can't. A lot of people, when they can't run, they simply focus on the can't running aspect, when there's loads of other things we can be doing, getting stronger, working on ourselves, working on our mental health, and coming back even stronger when we're ready to go running again. So if you're okay to be doing some cardio exercise, but not running for whatever reason, then there are some great alternatives that you can do. My favorites are getting on my bike, getting on the cross trainer, which is about as similar as we can get to a running motion. There are some dedicated running cross trainers out there, but they're very, very expensive. The one you have in your local gym will be just fine. Getting on the rowing machine, getting on the stepper. I really personally don't love swimming and aqua jogging, but they can be very good when we can't put any load on our lower half of our body. So any of these options will be really good to be replacing our regular running sessions. If you're looking to do a nice easy session, zone 2 conversational, you can do that on the bike, you can do it on the cross trainer. If you want to do some reps, you can do that on both as well. A tempo session is great here, or a session where you might do maybe an hour easy and then half an hour hard to replicate a faster finish long run. Now, a lot of people do come and ask me and say, should I be training for the same amount of time on the bike or cross trainer as I would be running? For me, I like to train for a little bit more because I'm not getting that impact. I'm not getting anywhere near as fatigued spending time on the cross trainer as I would do running. So I like to add about a 50% extra. If I'm trying to replicate 60 minutes running, I like to do about 90 minutes. But you do whatever works for you. I'd at least say get the same amount of time as you would be running on your bike or your cross trainer. So with my current training at the moment, all my easy runs are being done on the cross trainer at the gym. And as I said, about 50% more. And then the sessions I'd regularly be doing, I'm choosing them to do them on my static bike here in the flat. And then for my long runs, they're all being done on the bike or on the cross trainer as well. If you are lucky enough to be running at the moment and you want to simply add some extra cross training into your routine, depending on how many days a week you're currently running, you could replace an easy run with a swim, with a session on the bike, with a session on the cross trainer, for example. Or if you want to do a harder cross training session, then take out your speed work for the week and do that on one of these pieces of equipment as well. As always, aim to have at least one rest day in there per week and avoid these back-to-back intense sessions as well. And of course, there's loads of other things we can be doing to help with our running as well. For example, spending some time with our foam roller, learning how to use our massage gun properly. It's amazing how many people don't know how to use them properly. And also some self-massage techniques we can be working through any little minor pains ourselves, as I've been doing with my hamstring at the moment. Because when we do a lot of other sort of cross-training things, we might then be working our bodies in slightly different ways. To keep on top of it, teaching ourselves is so important during this period. So by the time we do come back, we've got a lot more knowledge to take with us into our next little phase of running. And on the subject of learning some new things, it can be a great time to delve into your bookshelf. Few examples here. This great book, One Track Mind, some good mental tips here for people that want to run around a track for 24 hours. Maybe you want to learn about some new cultures. I've just finished The Way of the Runner, great book all about Japanese running, or maybe spend some time looking at other things that aren't running. I've just finished this book here, all about cross-channel swimming. Love that one. Maybe get some good motivation, read all about how Charlie Spedding won London Marathon and became third at the Olympics. Or maybe you're planning your big comeback, and that's where the Matt Fitzgerald, the comeback quotient, comes in. We'll link to all of these down below. And if you're looking for a little bit of a motivational story, the next book I'm going to be reading is from a friend of mine called Nathan Flair, who has just come out with a book called Puddings to Podiums. We'll link to that down below as well. Potentially spend some time listening to some podcasts as well. I'll put my favourite podcast that I'm currently enjoying up on the screen now. The one one big message I'm trying to get through in this video is there's so many things that we can do to become a lot better overall and teach ourselves a lot more about running and about our bodies and how everything works together. And a lot of this knowledge can come from doing the dreaded, none of us really want to be doing, strength work at the gym. So it's really important you can do this at home, at the gym, whatever you've got access to. We'll put up on the screen now a list of strength work that is in all of our training plans if you choose to check them out on benparks.com. And maybe depending on how much activity you can be doing, you can spend some time on the stepper as well. Really good to build that solid lower leg strength. And then finally, so important with runners to work on our balance and our flexibility as well. I always recommend people check out Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube. Completely free videos. Got loads of videos for runners. Again, we'll link to her running playlist down below. I'm useless at it, but even I can still do some of her beginner exercises. Also some other things we can strengthen our feet, improve our balance. Very simple things, just standing on one leg, maybe when we're in the kitchen doing some daily activities, working on our strength, our ankle strength. Maybe you're going to be spending some time out on the trails in the summer. Standing on one leg a lot, just round the house, will really help improve that. Now, some of you remember I got a really bad strain in my soleus a couple of years ago, and I had to take, I can't remember what it was, about 8, 9, maybe 10 weeks completely off running while I rehabbed that. And through that phase, I did a lot of cross training to see how much fitness I could keep hold of during that period, and that ended with me running the Brooklyn Half Marathon. I think in about 1:19, I don't know. But anyway, if you want to check out that video, that is coming up next. See what time I actually did do by just doing cross training. Enjoy that, guys. Thanks very much for following along. We'll see you very soon in the next one.